The airport for our family trip. My child's ticket was canceled. My mom laughed, too many people, so we left your kids behind. My sister giggled, it's a trip for real family after all. My son cried, Mom, I want to go too. Silently, I took his hand and walked away. Days later, they came to me in tears, begging for help. My name is Rachel Thompson. I serve as the Director of Accounting at Prestige Real Estate, a luxury real estate company in Boston. Our company's office is located on the 35th floor of the Prudential Tower in the Back Bay District. Through the large windows, we have a panoramic view of the Charles River and Boston Harbor, with visibility stretching far into the distance on clear days. Our office, furnished with top-of-the-line pieces, creates an atmosphere befitting the luxury properties we handle. As you step off the elevator into our lobby, soft chandelier light welcomes visitors, and fresh flowers are always arranged at the reception counter. After graduating high school, I began working as an accountant at my mother's company while studying at night school and teaching myself to earn certifications. I now fondly remember those days when I would stay late into the night studying, long after other staff had gone home. Those efforts paid off when I developed an accounting system from scratch that achieved annual cost savings of $1 million, significantly contributing to the company's growth. My husband David serves as the sales director at the same company, handling transactions with major corporations and achieving 70% of total sales. We live as a family of 3, with our gentle, family-oriented David and our 8-year-old son Oliver. Our son has a bright and honest personality, and he's especially close to his grandmother, my mother. He looks forward to visiting her house on weekends. Every weekend morning, Oliver wakes up early and packs his picture books and toys into his bag to take to his grandmother's house. Watching him do this fills my heart with complex emotions. My mother Margaret is known in Boston's social circles as the president of Prestige Real Estate. She also serves on the board of the Boston Symphony Orchestra and lives in a large mansion in the Brookline district. My sister Jenny, after graduating from Harvard University, works as the PR director while also being active as a social media influencer. Mother and Jenny are always conscious of their upper-class status and sometimes overtly discriminate against me at company events because of my educational background. When Mother passes by my desk, she swishes the hem of her luxury brand suit while giving my modest attire an appraising look from head to toe. Just yesterday, during an important client meeting, Mother ignored my proposal and only took Jenny's opinions into consideration. Jenny is the same way. She wraps herself in the latest designer brands, commutes in an environmentally conscious luxury car, and posts about her lifestyle centered around organic ingredients on social media. She occasionally makes my plain clothing and practical car the subject of her social media posts. Last week, she made a post mocking my suit as retro fashion, inviting laughter from her followers. Strangely enough, their affection for Oliver never changes. Both Mother and Jenny show gentle expressions around Oliver and buy him expensive toys and clothes. Oliver's drawings are displayed in Mother's office, and he frequently appears on Jenny's social media as her beloved nephew. On the surface, our family appears to maintain harmonious relationships. In the upscale Brookline neighborhood, where Victorian mansions stand in neat rows, while Oliver spends his weekends at Mother's house in one corner of this area, I sometimes ponder. Every morning as I commute past the old public high school building, I've never once regretted the path I chose. However, I can't help but wonder, what are true family bonds? What does success really mean? And how long can our relationships continue like this? I've planned a family trip to Hawaii to strengthen our family bonds. Mother's sudden announcement was thrown out abruptly at the end of the company's monthly meeting. Outside the window, Boston's summer sunlight was reflecting off the high-rise windows, casting a dazzling light. It's the Four Seasons Resort Maui at Wailea, the most luxurious resort in Maui. I've booked first-class round-trip flights and ocean view suite rooms. Mother operated her branded tablet while projecting photos onto the conference room screen. A pure white hotel facing an emerald green ocean, well-maintained tropical gardens, an endless horizon extending from the private pool. I've planned all Instagram-worthy activities. Private yacht sunset cruise, helicopter island tour, private dinner with a top chef. Jenny nodded enthusiastically beside Mother, already seeming to be planning her social media posts. Her fingertips were constantly sliding across her smartphone screen. I was secretly excited. 8-year-old Oliver had never been on an airplane before. Just imagining my son's eyes sparkling made me smile naturally. Departure is 2 weeks from Saturday, 7 a.m. flight. However, strangely, Mother didn't share the reservation details. Neither the airline nor flight number, nor the hotel confirmation email was shared. Although I felt something was off, I decided to trust Mother. Then came the day of departure. The airport terminal was bustling with travelers excited about their summer vacations, despite the early morning hour. Oliver's eyes were shining with excitement as he showed curiosity about everything in the airport. Hey, are we going to ride that big airplane? Amazing. My son ran to the window, pointing at the aircraft lined up on the runway full of excitement. David smiled gently while placing his hand on our son's shoulder. Mother and Jenny were busy taking photos while pulling their latest Louis Vuitton trunks. Luxury travel? Jenny kept saying while taking selfies. Now let's head to the check-in counter. Mother took the lead, and our family followed. The sound of luxury suitcases gliding across the floor formed a line as we walked. However, at the check-in counter, that uneasy feeling became reality and hit us. I'm sorry, but I can't seem to find your reservation. The counter staff looked at the screen with a confused expression. It seems they can't find our reservation, I said to Mother. And at that moment, her expression changed completely. There were too many people, so we decided you and your family should sit this one out. Those words fell like ice pellets. Jenny giggled and said, well, this is a trip for the real family after all. I felt Oliver's small body begin to tremble. Mom, I want to go too. Why just us? My son's voice was shaking. Tears began to well up in his pure eyes. The gazes of those around us gradually gathered on us. I quietly held my son's hand. His small palm was cold and damp with anxiety. David gripped our suitcase again with a dignified attitude. Oliver, let's go on our own family trip somewhere else. My voice was calmer than I expected. Perhaps the anger I felt, unlike anything I'd experienced before, had actually helped keep my heart calm. David whispered in my ear. Actually, I had made reservations at Disney World just in case. The flight to Orlando is in an hour. It's at a different terminal, but we can still make it. Gratitude welled up inside me at my husband's words. Behind us as we left, I could hear Mother and Jenny starting to pose for commemorative photos. The sound of camera shutters was absorbed into the hustle and bustle of the check-in counter. I could faintly hear Jenny's voice saying, hey, is this really okay? It's fine. That kind of trip isn't suitable for people of their class. Mother's answer echoed like a final farewell carried on the air-conditioning breeze. Still holding Oliver's hand, we headed toward the terminal for the Orlando-bound flight. My son's tears hadn't completely dried yet, but I could feel his small lips beginning to move slightly toward hope. Mom, can we really go on a trip too? Yes, of course. Let's enjoy our real family vacation. At that moment, I felt Oliver's hand become a little warmer. Under the blue sky of Maui, Mother and Jenny were absorbed in taking photos for Instagram. Tilt more to the right, Margaret. Yes, perfect. Private beach luxury life. Jenny was giving instructions to a professional photographer on the luxury resort's private beach. Mother, dressed in the latest resort wear, was striking poses on the white sand. Next, let's shoot a video of the luxury spa treatment. My followers are waiting. Behind their glamorous social media posts, Mother and Jenny were watching each other's expressions. In the eyes of the two trying to stage the perfect family vacation, there was something hollow. Meanwhile, at Disney World in Florida, Oliver's eyes were sparkling as he ran toward his favorite characters. We were surrounded by our son's innocent smiles, feeling genuine happiness. Our camera captured Oliver's real-sized joy. Without thinking about social media posts, purely to preserve memories with our son, in front of Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom, David, while carrying Oliver on his shoulders, asked, Hey Oliver, are you having fun being here with Mom and Dad? Yes, it's the most fun in the world. It would have been nice if Grandma and Aunt were here too, but I'm happy just being with Mom and Dad. My son's words brought tears to both David's and my eyes. That night, after Oliver had fallen asleep tired in the hotel room, David drew close to me. Rachel, you're truly a strong woman. This experience has made our bond even stronger. Outside the window, fireworks were coloring the night sky. Their light seemed to be blessing our family's new step forward. Then, on the morning of the third day of our trip, my cell phone started ringing while we were enjoying breakfast. It was an urgent call from Linda in the company's accounting department. Rachel, it's terrible. We've received notice of an urgent tax audit. Also, there's an urgent matter from Wilson Corporation that needs immediate attention. Linda's voice was trembling. Wilson Corporation accounts for 40% of our company's sales. Calm down, Linda. What exactly happened? The tax office is questioning the operation of the new accounting system, and Wilson Corporation is requesting direct consultation with David regarding the contract for their new development project. The company had fallen into a state of panic. It seemed Mother had been ignoring the numerous calls coming to her cell phone. When Mother finally grasped the situation, she called me hysterically. This is terrible. Come back to the company right away. Right now. We're enjoying a different vacation with our family right now. My response was quiet but firm. The company is in trouble. It's the system you created, isn't it? You need to take responsibility. You're the one who excluded us from the real family. Right now, I have precious time with my family. Stop being stubborn at a time like this. Don't blame me if the company goes under. Mother's screams echoed through the phone. In the background, I could hear Jenny panicking, saying, "What should I do? I'm losing followers." I quietly hung up the phone. David silently placed his hand on my shoulder, and Oliver looked at us with a worried expression. "It's okay, Oliver. Today, let's all go to Animal Kingdom." At those words, my son's expression brightened, but in my heart, I could feel a storm brewing. From Wilson Corporation came their final notice. Without David's presence, we find it impossible to proceed with discussions on this matter. We value transactions based on trust relationships. The situation was deteriorating by the minute. However, at that time, we had something more precious. Oliver's smile, time with family, and an opportunity to consider what true success really means. The prestige real estate office had lost its former glamour. From the large windows on the 35th floor of the Prudential Tower, the spectacular view of Boston Harbor still spreads out, but now, no one had the luxury to enjoy that view. The fresh flowers at the entrance had withered and remained that way. Even the chandelier lights seemed dimmer than before. The results of the tax audit were more serious than expected. The auditors kept asking persistent questions about the details of the accounting system I had built. This system is very innovative. However, because of that, we need detailed explanations about its consistency with conventional accounting standards. In the conference room, an elderly auditor frowned while reviewing documents. Next to him, a young auditor kept throwing questions. "Could you explain the specific calculation method for this cost reduction mechanism?" Mother couldn't even understand the questions and just showed a panicked expression. Jenny kept staring at her smartphone, probably shocked by the rapidly decreasing number of social media followers. "Regarding this matter, I believe only Rachel, who built the system, can explain." "I'm sorry, Margaret, but we must consider a complete review of our contract," the executive from Wilson Corporation announced with a stern expression. "Our transactions were based on the trust relationship we built with David. However, this incident makes us question your company's management policies." Those words echoed coldly. In the company lobby, there were figures of agitated employees. The accounting staff was buried under mountains of unprocessed documents. The sales department was receiving one customer complaint after another. Mother, who had fallen into panic, finally came barging into my home. The doorbell rang persistently at our home, where we had just returned from Disney World. "Rachel, David, please, help us." Mother's makeup was smeared, and her luxury brand suit was wrinkled. Behind her, Jenny was sobbing. "The company will go bankrupt. You have to come back," I answered calmly. "Please solve it with your real family. This is no time for such stubbornness." Mother's voice was trembling. "This isn't stubbornness. This is about our family's dignity." At that moment, David appeared from the study with documents. "Actually, I've been preparing for a possible situation like this for the past few years." The documents he presented detailed plans for establishing a new company, Thompson Family Real Estate, Rachel's system and my client network, and most importantly, our family bond. "We're ready to take a new step." The color drained from Mother and Jenny's faces. "You mean you're going independent?" To those words, I nodded firmly. Rumors of the new company's establishment spread quickly throughout the industry. Then, unexpected responses started pouring in. "If it's David and Rachel's new company, we'd love to work with you. Sincere attitude and accurate accounting." That's exactly what we've been looking for. Maintaining the goodness of family management while having innovative systems. It's ideal. We also received welcome news from Wilson Corporation. "We'll positively consider doing business with your new company." David's sincere approach and Rachel's accurate accounting processing. "That's why we've trusted you." Meanwhile, Mother's company rapidly lost its centripetal force. The maintenance costs of the luxury office became a huge burden, and they had to give up several floors for cost reduction. They were forced to move from the upper floors to more affordable middle floors. On Mother's desk, contract termination notices kept piling up. Jenny's social media account showed no signs of recovering from the backlash. Her followers, which once exceeded 1 million, had now dropped to less than 1/10. How did it come to this? Mother stared out the window with vacant eyes. Her luxury brand suit looked slightly out of place. "Rachel, what was our pride all about?" Those words showed a weakness and uncertainty never seen before. As I watched Mother's figure beginning to show her true face as her mask of pride fell away, I felt complex emotions. Meanwhile, our new office was in a relatively modest building in Boston's Back Bay district. However, there was definite warmth there. "Good morning, Rachel. Your son's photos are cute today too." At the reception, flowers with smiling faces are always displayed. On weekends, Oliver would stop by and chat happily with the employees. The explanation session for the new system was very easy to understand. Thanks to David, we secured a big contract. The employees' voices were filled with pride and joy. At dusk, I was looking down at the city from our new office window. Though not as high as the Prudential Tower, I could see our family's new future in this view. David embraced me from behind. "Rachel, our choice wasn't wrong. I nodded deeply at those words. Though complex feelings toward mother remained, we now had a tangible sense of accomplishment. Christmas lights were beginning to illuminate the streets of Boston. From the window of our new home, illuminations that Oliver loves shine in the garden. Decorating the Christmas tree together has become our family tradition. Thompson Family Real Estate had established a solid position in the industry within a year of its founding. Our philosophy of sincerity and innovation resonated with many clients, and our reputation spread through word of mouth. Rachel, thanks to the new system, our work efficiency has improved dramatically. The accounting staff reports with bright smiles. David's sales department was also steadily building up achievements. On weekends, Oliver looks forward to visiting the company. Jane at reception always prepares homemade cookies for Oliver. "Hey Mom, what kind of work are you doing today?" My son sits in my chair and looks at the computer screen with a serious expression. The employees give him gentle smiles. Meanwhile, Mother and Jenny's lives had changed dramatically. Prestige Real Estate was forced to downsize into a small real estate company. Mother decided to move from her luxury apartment to a more affordable one. Jenny's social media account was barely being updated anymore. However, this change seemed to bring unexpected realizations. One day, a handwritten letter arrived at my desk. It was from Mother. "Dear Rachel, I've thought about many things over this past year. I want to sincerely apologize for my arrogant attitude that day at the airport. I was trapped in the illusion of upper class and lost sight of what truly matters. Caught up in the number of likes on social media and superficial success, I almost lost the most precious thing, family bonds. Watching Oliver grow from afar has made me realize, as both a grandmother and a mother, what was truly needed. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just wonder if we could have another chance to face each other as family. With love, Mother." Tears welled up in my eyes as I finished reading the letter. And then came Christmas Eve. We decided to hold a modest party at our new home. We invited our employees and their families, entertaining them with homemade dishes. When the doorbell rang and I opened the front door, there stood Mother and Jenny. They weren't wearing their usual flashy outfits. In their hands was a homemade apple pie. "Thank you for inviting us." Mother's voice carried a softness I'd never heard before. Jenny also wore minimal makeup and showed an honest expression. "I really want to apologize for my arrogance back then. We finally understand the importance of family." The party fell silent at their words. That's when Oliver came running up. "Grandma, Aunt Jenny." The innocent child's smile began to thaw the frozen atmosphere. I took a deep breath and chose my words carefully. "It will take time to forgive, but for Oliver's sake too, let's work on rebuilding our relationship little by little." Tears gleamed in Mother's eyes. Jenny nodded modestly. "Grandma, next time let's go on a real family trip with everyone." Oliver's innocent suggestion made the room's atmosphere soften. Outside the window, snow had begun to fall quietly. The Christmas tree lights gently illuminated our family. David opened a bottle of champagne and proposed a toast. "To new family bonds." The sound of clinking glasses echoed through the room. Mother and Jenny's expressions no longer showed their former arrogance, replaced instead by humility and warmth. In this past year, we lost many things and gained new ones. Each family member learned what true happiness is, rather than superficial success. Oliver's excited voice rings out as he opens presents under the Christmas tree. Watching Mother gently pat her grandson's head, I could see the shape of our new family emerging. Outside the window, the illuminations reflected off the accumulating snow, shining like beacons of hope. What is true success? What are family bonds? The answer was surprisingly simple. Not pretense or ostentation, but just hearts that care for each other, and the courage to acknowledge mistakes and forgive each other. I stand quietly by the window, gazing at the snowy scene while thinking. This is the path we chose, and the path we will continue to walk. The cityscape about to welcome the new year was filled with the light of hope.